Oh, that's why it's going on. Okay, bring that back.
Yeah.
Now I can see you better. Oh, you know what?
And I just,
I'll take it.
okay, and I just admitted.
All right, we're getting started in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, we're gonna start, all right?
There you go.
Yeah. Lisa asked.
I see everybody from Illinois on here. I don't see anybody from out of state.
Here they come.
Uncle Harold is on there. He made it on here. There you go. There's more coming in. What's the background?
Lisa.
You make your own back.
Georgie.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Rose.
Hey, Roseanne.
Oh, how are y'all?
Cousins and everybody.
I'm back. Hey.
George.
Hey, Lisa.
She's back.
Yeah.
You want to be at work? Oh,
Hey, I saw Uncle Chuck and Auntie Mona.
Yep.
Hi. Hey, Georgie, we got a lot of folks on. Aunt Mona.
What's up,
Uncle
Lisa?
Chuck. Roseanne, Simone. Hey. Harold, this is so cool. Judy. Hi. Hey. I'll say hi to them when I go in. Excited. Okay.
So before we get started, we made a little bit of a video that, can you hear me, Dad? They can't hear? Okay. Can everybody else hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, we'll work on that. But I wanted to, before we get started, and as people sort of chime in, we're expecting a few more people to join. Mike and Tony were gracious enough to allow me to come out and do a little shooting, not that kind of shooting, the good kind of shooting, and and I combined a little bit of old video because we were supposed to be meeting out in Pembroke Township, aka the country. We couldn't do that, so I thought we'd bring a little country to this discussion. So I'm going to share my screen. It's like 5 minutes, but it's just kind of a stroll down memory lane.
Here, huh?
People will be talking, so you can continue to do that. That's fine.
Good. It's good to see you guys.
Hey, Judy. Good to see you.
You hungry?
No, thank you.
You sure?
All right, Judy. Yolanda, be quiet. You're like, what? Okay.
You don't have to move it. I'll close this now. Oh, wow.
Good morning. Playing it
Yeah.
already?
Mhm.
Where's the sound at?
I don't know. We're trying to work on it right now.
Oh, that's a Harold. No?
That's the sound.
I don't know.
She's gonna have to replay it.
The only sound back then would be music. They didn't have voices on the.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
Just watch the video.
Oh, wow. My house.
is Harold, isn't it? Sorry, lots.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her dad and Harold. Billy.
Oh, wow.
So we're going through the screen.
Well, let's watch the video.
Okay.
You gonna play with that?
Well, no. Yeah, we'll play.
Yeah, play with them.
That's Michael.
Mike,
Mike.
Mike's my cousin. What?
Who that? I know who that is.
Hi. Hey.
There we are. I couldn't see anybody.
Can you see me?
I can see you now.
Hey,
All right.
hi,
Hi, how are you?
everybody.
I'm
We're
on my
looking at
phone.
the
I'm
video.
working my thing, my laptop.
We're looking at the video.
I
Okay.
know. Let me get back to it. I gotta switch.
Okay. Sorry, I'm late.
I thought it started at 3.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Hey, Craig, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're good, man.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Mike.
Lori, that was
Hey,
nice.
hey, Joe.
Thank you. Almost all 100% of the credit goes to Jordan Ruiz, who is my nephew, Judy's cousin, Ronnie's nephew, who I claim is my nephew.
Right.
Thank you. That was
I don't know
cool.
where that music is coming from, but I need to stop. Hang on one second.
Jordan.
I missed it. I thought it started at 3.
I'll put it off mute. It's still not.
We had a little technicality. It's 2:33. We're good.
Okay. I missed the video. I'm sad.
Well,
Well, listen,
probably gonna be a few
I apologize for that. We had a little mix up with the time. There was a couple different times there, but all of this is being recorded and we're just starting the conversation now. And the video I have uploaded to YouTube, and I will send everybody the link so you can have it for yourself, for your posterity, whatever that word is.
Posterior.
Your posterior, exactly. So, all right, we're here. I know Tracy's entered the room, so let me let Tracy in. Some people are going to come and go, and that's just fine. But Lisa, you want to open us up?
Yeah.
Hey, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Tracy all the time.
Hey, that's my big boy.
Hey.
That's my little, I'm babysitting today.
Okay.
Roseanne.
How are you?
Better
Hi.
situation here. That's better.
You a baby now?
Hey.
Baby.
We got everybody on.
Oh, I
We got
got
more people coming in.
I got IT. Okay.
More people will come in, but you know, I think we can go ahead and get
I
started.
see. I get a background now, huh?
Oh. Okay, well, we'll get started. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the country. This is the country. Right now, we are on Zoom. That's our country, Zoom.
Yep.
We're so sad that we couldn't do this in person, but just so you guys know, if you're on Facebook, 2021 is going to be Labor Day, the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. That's what everybody voted on. So we'll try this again in 2021. Mom and Dad, y'all going to have the country ready for us?
Working on it.
Working on it.
They're muted for some reason.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so we're going to have 2021 out at Mom and Dad's in the country, Labor Day Saturday. But welcome everybody. We're hoping more people show up. But this is the first one we got going. And I want to thank Lori for helping with everything. We were going to have so much going on, and Lori was going to be the one helping me with everything along with our family members. So thank you, Lori. So sorry we didn't get it done.
It's all good.
But we're thanking God that everybody's in good health. I am not that healthy right now, but I'll be okay. So that's all right. But we're thanking God for everybody's good health, and we're hoping more people join us. Uncle Harold, I think you're next. We're trying to keep this a little so we're not all yelling at each other. So it's a little bit formal for now, but we're going to get into it as soon as we're done with all the formalities.
Okay. What I want to do is just begin with just a really quick prayer. Lori and Lisa, you two ladies are amazing for just putting this together. It's just so good. But let us just pray real quick. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, just for waking us up. And you promised that where two or more gather in your name, you would be in our midst. And I believe that promise extends to this virtual space that we are in right now. So thank you for that. And Lord, just continue to stay with us as we celebrate our family. You've been such a lead in our family, both on Thompson and Branch side, and just continue to be with us. And Lord, we just want to acknowledge everyone that's here, but we also want to acknowledge those that are not here. We want to especially acknowledge our cousin Denise. And even though we have sorrow because we lost her recently, we also have joy and appreciation in you for allowing us to have Denise for a season in our lives. She was such a kind spirit. But Lord, just stay with us during the rest of this virtual gathering of our Thompson and Branch clan. And we just thank you so much, and we love you. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, thank you, Harold. I know that it has been a very tough year. Sorry, get my video going. It has been a tough year, and Craig, we're with you. Just know the family
Thank you.
on the high
Now,
watch.
now, don't turn on the waterworks, please. I came here to laugh and have a good time. So please don't turn on the waterworks.
Yeah,
but
this
thank
family,
you.
there will be guaranteed some laughter, I'm sure.
Yeah, just I'm fine. I'm well. I'm so glad to be with you all. So just have a good time, please.
We love you. We love you.
We love
Thank you.
So we were hoping to just do a little bit of a check-in. We did show, some of you came in a little bit after the video, but we did want to talk a little bit about why we chose that video to sort of start our family get-together. Obviously because we were supposed to be there, but we also think of it as this sort of resonant place for us. You know, this sort of metaphor for our family. You know, the sort of the coming together in the country. That country that brought us together. So we'll have some reflections on that in a bit, but we wanted to just give everybody an opportunity to say hi, and maybe we can start with who's on my iPad, my computer, and just, you know, like hi, just to catch up with folks, like, you know, who your spouse is, who your kids are, you know, and just a couple minutes about like how you're doing. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, so why don't we start with Mickey? I'm going to go in order like that I see folks. How's that? Okay.
Good. Well, good evening, afternoon, everybody. It's myself. My other better half is resting at the moment, Judith or Twiggy, she's known. And we're doing well, enjoying everything down here in Central Illinois, and not doing too bad at all. Family's all doing well and healthy, and trying to stay busy on my end, working on decks and trying to like that, all that kind of stuff. So just staying busy. I've been active ever since everything started here in Illinois, and I've been at work ever since, and still trucking along, doing well.
All right. Thanks, Mickey.
I
think I'm gonna save Harold and Tony for last because they're gonna do some kind of senior-ish reflection. Saying senior-ish because we have mom and dad who are the real seniors on the phone, but you know. Okay. I see Nina, but I don't see her on the phone. Let's see. I see something.
She's there.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm doing good. I'm doing my makeup right now. That's why you can't see me.
Don't worry. We'll come back to you. Okay, Georgie?
Okay.
You're on mute, honey.
Good, Craig.
Of course I'm on mute. Thank you.
No worries.
Hey, family. So everything's well. So Linda and I are doing great. Just celebrated 31 years of marriage. So
what?
Yeah,
Wow.
Sneaks up on you, right?
Wow.
So, everything's great. Work is work, right? Work's going to be work. It's doing
Right.
cool. My oldest, Sierra, she's in Atlanta. So she lives in Atlanta, doing great. And my youngest, little George, he's here with us, still in school. So just so excited to see everyone, see all the faces. So.
Thank you, George. Roseanne?
Everybody, how are you? I'm doing good down here in Houston, Texas. It's hot, but it's wonderful. I got my littlest one here, Iris. Say hi.
Hi, Iris.
My oldest son, I think he's at work. I hope so.
Don't forget to tell, for people who don't know, tell us your kids' names and ages.
Oh, okay. This is Iris. My oldest son is Matthew. My daughter Lillian is in her room. She'll be joining us. She wants to say hi in a few minutes. And I'm ready to go back to work. I've been at home since this whole corona started. So tomorrow's my first day back teaching. Can't wait. Get back in there. But everybody's doing good.
There's
Here she is. Say hi. That's Lillian.
Hi, Lillian.
Hey, Lillian.
Nice to see you. Thanks, Roseanne. Lisa, you want to go?
Yes, I'm Lisa. And this is my husband, Charles.
Hello, everybody. Hey, hi, guys. How you doing?
I'm still a newlywed.
Mike and Tony.
Still a newlywed. 3 years, going on 3 years. We are both doing okay. I got diagnosed with the COVID virus, but I'm feeling good. I got a negative result on Tuesday, and then I did it again and got a positive result on this past Wednesday, which makes absolutely no sense. So I'm gonna believe I just got a cold right now. We are in Arizona still. I've been here for 27 years, 27, I think. Maybe a little longer. And that's where I met Charles here. He's from Detroit. We have no children, and we're not gonna have any children, which is good because we're old. None. That's it. And we're just doing our thing. We're home now. I've been working from home since March. Charles been going back and forth to work, but we're doing good. Like I said, we've been sitting at the house anyway, so no quarantining. We've been doing that. So anyway, that's it. That's what's going on with me.
All right. Thanks, Lisa. I'm glad you're feeling a little better. And let's go to Craig. You wanna chat?
Yeah. I want to talk. Yeah. I got stuff to say. Yeah, I'm cousin Craig. I'm 66 years old. I'm younger. I'm younger than some and older than many. But growing up in this family I had a wonderful childhood. And I don't mean to usurp Tony or Harold, but like the good times going to two mothers on Thanksgiving, Christmas. And I'm sorry, I'm so emotional, everybody.
That's all right.
I was married 38 years. And my run has been good, and it's gonna get better, and I'm gonna get through this, and this was a wonderful thing y'all planned, and Denise and I didn't have any kids either, but I'm one of the few men you're gonna meet who got custody of his daughter and got paid child support, so like my daughter, I'm paying her back for all of that right now. So Zachary's staying with me, my oldest grandson. He's 13, and we just got back from Michigan. And I went into a gas station, got a little angry at a guy for not wearing a mask. I think everybody should wear a mask. I think we should social distance, but what I want to do right now is I'd like to laugh, and I can't wait to hear what Tony and Harold and Michael got to say, because, they were a riot back in the day. They were a riot. Tony and Michael were my heroes, and so was Chucky and Harold. They were truly my heroes. They were two bad dudes, boy. But Harold recently said they really wasn't that bad. It was just the front, but they were bad. They carried knives and did all kinds of stuff.
Got shot.
So anyway, that's all I got. I love everybody. Thank you so much for doing this.
Craig.
This is a wonderful thing.
Thank you. All right, Tracy Thompson, the one remaining Thompson.
Last Thompson standing. Yay. I'm still on the south side. Never lived north of 53rd Street or south of 107. So I envy those of you who have expanded your horizons. But the good news is it's not over yet. And I still have plenty of opportunity to go somewhere else other than Chicago at some point. I'm currently watching my two wonderful grandsons, Chandler and Dylan, because their parents decided to go to a socially distant pool party. I don't understand how that can be a thing, but that's what they're doing now. So we're all going to pray for their health. And there you go. Dylan was busting a balloon. He got it done. Enjoying being a grandmother and counting my blessings. Very happy that I have them close by, especially at a time like this. And so happy to see you all. I cannot remember I'm sorry. I can't remember the last time I saw Roseanne. I think it may have been like 2001, seriously. At Two Mothers' funeral.
Yeah. Long time.
You want to say something? Yeah, go get it. Yep. Angie!
Hey. All right, hey Angie, hey everybody just joined. We're just doing little intros. So we're gonna we'll just hang out and we're gonna I'm sort of going according to my screen here. So I have Patricia. Patricia is in the corner. I see a light in the ceiling, but I don't see a person.
I'm here. Hold on. I'm trying to find my other phone because it was ringing.
All right, I'll come back to you, okay?
Thank
Jenna?
you.
Hey Jenna. You're driving, so we're just listening. Harold will tell us how you're doing. Okay.
Jenna's still working, so she probably is on mute.
That's totally cool. she's frozen in a wave sign, so that's good. Peace. Okay. So I am going to ask HB3. What's up?
What's going on? What's happening, everybody? So good to see y'all, man. The clan is real, man. The family, y'all dope. I get excited every time I see more than one of us in a place, you know what I mean? So, hey everybody, I'm HB. I'm Harold Brand. And I love to hear stories about Dad and his thuggery. So keep telling those stories about him, so I can remind him when he getting on me about stuff.
And he was a super thug.
I know, right? So, HB, I got two beautiful children, Harold Branch IV, Quattro, and Ella. Quattro is just turned 15, and good stuff going on with them. He'll be doing the last year of school. He just got some personal letters from Harvard and MIT and stuff like that, so we're looking to move in that direction. My daughter is starting at ASU at the school that he's been at. She's starting this year there, so we're super proud of her as well. What's going on here in Arizona? Moved here when I was going on 16, and stuck around till early 20s. Went back to Chicago for several years, and then came back to Arizona to raise the babies. And what's going on? Exciting, since just everything going on. I've been back in school, which is nice. And I actually just finished my last paper for my last class for my master's in psychology. So that's done. And thanks, going to see Uncle Chuck back in Chicago, and Auntie Mona. I got a chance to run into Cousin Happy, and he schooled me on the PhD world. So I'll be starting the PhD program in a couple months as well. So that's what's going on in sunny Arizona. Uncle Chuck.
I'll keep it safe down there in Arizona. I know it's on fire. Angie.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Angie.
It's so good to see everybody. Yeah, we're out here in sunny California.
Wow.
Where you at exactly, Angie?
I'm in Winchester, California, so I'm in between LA and San Diego.
That's great. Tell us who's there with you and what's going
my
on.
My hubby's here. Darius is here. We're empty nesters now, which is a lovely thing. And Gary lives down in San Diego. Shalimar moved back to Nashville. She doesn't like California. So we're just the three of us, me, Darius, and the dog. So it's a lovely thing, though. Darius retired from the military after 30 years, a year and a half ago. I work for the VA hospital, helping our veterans every day. And we love it here. We do. Yeah. Hey, Bob.
Good to see your face. Carl Branch.
Hey, family. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Carl.
Good to see you guys. Just chilling on a Sunday. Still traveling for work, doing clinical research. Traveling in the midst of COVID is kind of interesting. But I'm safe and I'm protected.
So tell us who's with you and
So
you're doing
Howard is just finishing up real estate school. He just took his exam, got the highest in the class.
And who is Howard?
Howard is my husband, and he is doing really well. He's actually meeting with his real estate clients right now. And Bluebell is over there on the couch.
Very nice. Can you show people your view?
And the lake over.
That's not a picture.
Say what?
I said, and that's not a picture. All right. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah.
Everything okay otherwise? You feeling
Everything
good?
is great. I'm healthy and blessed, and I'm glad to see everyone, all my beautiful family.
Ditto.
Carl, you are the one person I do not worry about when it comes to COVID, because every kind of illness that tried to hit you, you just swatted away like a bug.
I do a karate chop.
Deflect that negative in. Thank you, Carl. Lamont?
Good to see you guys.
Lamont. Yay, Monty.
How are y'all doing?
Oh, different Lamont. We have two.
Everybody, if you all don't know me, Lynn Branch Stamps is my mom. I'm her youngest child. So I'm here in San Francisco, California, all by myself, all alone. But doing really well, still employed, so I'm excited about that. So it's
Tell
good
them
to
what
see
you do, Lamont.
So I work in higher education. I work in student transition programming at the University of San Francisco. So.
And he's handling like you're handling like a boss, all by yourself. It's hard to be alone, but I know you're doing well. Thanks,
Yeah,
Lamont.
format. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Simone and Kat.
Hi. We're
Hey.
out here in Chicago while Lori is there in Bolingbrook. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you all. We're having a good summer. We're staying healthy and really grateful for that. Kat will be starting her 6th grade this fall, obviously remotely. Thank you, Chicago Public Schools, I guess. So figure that out. But in the meantime, we're all excited, all three of us, Lori, Simone, and Kat. We just got up a little puppy, Luna, who's asleep. And that's been a great project for us, and it has kept our spirits up.
Kat, you want to say hi, honey?
Hi.
Good job. Good job. All right, we got some branches in the house. Woohoo! I see Sam Dyson and I see Eve and Davis. We're just saying hi. Can you guys say hi? Is your mom around and your dad?
Yes, she's coming.
Okay, can you introduce yourself? Let folks know who you are.
I'm Eve Dyson. I'm a potato.
Okay.
I'm David.
What's your guys' middle name?
Branch.
That's right. Slow. Okay. All right, we'll see your mom in a second.
Whose kids?
Whose kids are you?
Sam and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Branch Dyson. All right. So if you saw the little one of the babies in the beginning of the video, that was Elizabeth as a baby. Chelsea.
I'm here. I figured it out.
Yay.
Who are you?
Who am I or where am I?
Just tell us who you are, who's with you, who you got, your kids, spouses, where you live, you know, what's going on.
Chelsea Reddick Tyson Myers, daughter of Chelsea, Lord, I'm sorry, my brain is everywhere. Daughter of Bobby and Timothy Reddick, granddaughter of Antoinette in Michael Glenn.
Mm.
I am in the Air Force, stationed in Panama City. And I have 2 kids, 2 demons that I'm raising to be hoping they will be good. They come out to be good, wonderful, loving children in the long run. That's about it.
Thank you,
It's a journey.
Chelsea. Bobby?
All right, Jay.
You're
Oh,
on mute.
Mom, you're muted.
There. Am I?
There
am
you
I
are.
unmuted?
There you
You're
are.
unmuted, but now you went away. Oh, no, there you are. Sorry.
There I am. Hi, I am
Yep.
in Panama City with Chelsea. I'm her mom. Tim's my husband. He's in the other room. He don't want to be on camera. We are, if you all remember, and to everybody, if I did not personally thank you. We went through the hurricane, as you remember, in 2015. And if you saw me walking around the house doing stuff, you'll notice we still don't have a ceiling and floors and all of that. The insurance is supposed to be picking this up. So maybe, you know, we're hoping 2 years later we get some floors and ceilings, and it's coming along. We're doing what we do, you know. We are, get it from my dad. I'm like, well, we just make the best of it. That's how we do it. And life is good. I mean, everything's good. Timothy has moved here now. His family's moved here. So I've got both of my kids living in Panama City and all 3 of my grandbabies. So I'm a happy camper. Everything's good.
That's good.
Thanks, Bobby. I see Tracy Campbell. Tracy, can you hear us?
I can. I'm sorry. I am Tracy Campbell, Lindell Campbell Branch. I am the oldest daughter of Chucky Charles Allen Branch. I am located in the Chicago area. I am retired, ex-military, Army girl. I'm house head. Hey,
Come on now,
Lord.
what's up? Represent. That's right, that's right.
And that's about it.
Come on, y'all house heads. Come on, George. I know you want to. Thank you, Tracy. Love you. Okay, Nina, you back?
Yes,
You're
What's
hiding.
up, Nina?
I'm back.
Just tell us,
My name
tell us
is
who you are.
Nina
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Allen. I'm Paul Glenn's daughter. My grandparents is Michael and Tony, and I'm doing good in Arizona.
All right. Thanks for checking in. And then Patricia Branch, you up there in the corner?
I'm here.
There you are. Oh, there she is. Okay.
How are you? Hello, everyone.
Hey, Patricia.
It's been a while. Okay, I am married to Harold with Lori and Cara's brother. He is not here right now. He should be on his way in from Wisconsin. The girls, Rena, Joy, and Shatila sends their love because they're not here. Lee says hello, and you can welcome a new nephew into the family, Harold Jamari. He was born on June 29th.
Tell us what the name is again.
Harold Jamari.
What's his last name?
That's the middle name.
What's his last name?
Branch.
That's right.
So we have another one, just have to figure out where he falls in the lineup. That's all.
Okay, so we have a new Harold Branch. I guess, hope you all got that right.
Number 7.
Another Harold Branch.
There's another Harold Branch.
More Harolds. Make more Harolds.
Enough.
We got to get
all
a t-shirt.
those Harolds, that's the fault of Uncle Chuck. I'll tell the story later.
All right, I think now is a good time for you, Harold Branch, or maybe, no, Dad and Mom, can you guys, Jordan, it says Jordan Ruiz, but that's Mom and Dad. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
I can hear you.
All right, great. Well, why don't you tell us what's going on? We wanted to talk to you and just tell us what's happening. And also maybe you can start with why there's so many Harold Branches in our family. But just check in. Tell us who you are for people who don't know you. Fat chance of that. Dad, you start.
Move closer.
Well, Alice, my wife, said the first. No, at first, I'm going to marry her. I love her, but she
Come a little closer. Come a little closer to the mic, Dad. Okay, there you go. Now talk to us. Tell us what's going on.
Hey, it's all my family.
Hey, Sheila.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Good to
all
see
my
you.
cousins.
Everybody's
Uncle
here.
Harold, there's cousin Craig, HB. Auntie Angie.
Oh, and we got Elizabeth joined us. I just saw that too. Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you. Some folks just got this invitation yesterday, so thank you all for those who joined in. It's a little long.
Sheila, Uncle Chuck is about to tell us a story.
So maybe we want to mute so we can hear Dad.
Oh, well, we're okay. Go ahead. I can do that. Go ahead. Dad,
Cool.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. So tell us who you are, who that lady is sitting next to you, and you can tell us how you're feeling, and then we want to hear about other things. So just start with who you are and who that lady is.
I'm your dad.
I know who you are.
And his dad, Carl.
Okay.
And, I don't know. I'm 96 years old. So, and that's my daughter-in-law, Pat.
Yes.
And Harold's wife. This is, what's your name?
I'm his wife of 73 years, and we're married at 17, and they said it wouldn't last. But I was determined to make them out liars, so that's why I'm still here. And the reason we have so many Harold branches is because Alice and I decided we would name our first son after their husband. So I named my first son Harold. She named her first son Charles. But then she redigged and named another one Harold. So we got all these Harold branches in the family. That's how we got it.
Hey, Mom.
Only supposed to be two, by Harold and Harold's son, Chucky. Oh no, Charles. Chucky. So that's the story of all the Harolds.
That's great.
Harold named more his son Harold. So I think we have about 5 or 6 Harolds in the family.
I think it's more than that. All right, so you guys hang out for a second. Michael and Tony, let's hear from you, and then we're going to hear from Harold, little Harold. Oh gosh, don't let me start. The Arizona Harold, that don't help.
Honcho.
Honcho. Okay. So Michael and Tony, you want to start? Who you are, what you're doing, what's going on? Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that clip we just watched too.
All right, I'm Tony Glenn, and I'm the oldest of George and Mamie's grandchildren. And I ended up with the country. Don't ask me how or why, because I didn't really like it when I was growing up. When I became a teenager, it was fine when we were little, but when I became a teenager, I did not want to be here. I think I have a few daughters who didn't want to be here at the same time when they were teenagers, but it ended up a great place to live. If you take away the fact that you live on a dirt road, so you got a lot of dirt in your house. Yeah, the closest store is 30 minutes away. However, you're not bothered with a bunch of neighbors or crazy things going on too much. And we're isolated, but we're always isolated. So this is no big deal. Okay, husband.
Oh, me, huh? I was introduced to the Brand family through Ramona. She brought Tony to Bible class, Vacation Bible School, when I think Tony must have been about 11, and I was around the same age. And after that summer of Vacation Bible School, I was about I was 16, and I asked Aunt Ramona whatever happened to that female, your niece or whoever it was that had that long hair? I'd never seen a black woman with long straight hair. I mean, it was hers. So I said, where's she at and what's happening? And I think Pat Branch brought her to this church. That was the first time I had seen her in how many ever years that was? 6 years, 8 years? And so we dated for a while, and I think it was about maybe 2 years. And then we got married, and it just blossomed after that. And the Branch family just became I was part of them, everywhere they had something I would show. I had, Tony with me, or I was with Tony. And so wherever she went, that's where I went. And so I met family, and I've known Uncle Chuck actually for years in the church. So he was definitely a what do you call it? A haven in the midst of all of the Thompsons and Branches. So I know I could kind of relate to him very well and feel kind of at home. So I just became a part of the family. You want to know how we moved out here? No.
Long story.
Long story, yeah.
Let's just say we're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. And it was by accident. It was by accident. And I think it was God's plan that we do that. Everything seemed to work okay because we're here. And I'm blessed because of it.
Thanks, Mike.
24.
We're all blessed. We're all blessed. Thank you. So Harold Branch, I know I said, oh, look who's joining. How about that? Monty's joining us, so he'll be on in a second. But Harold Branch, Pancho, there we go.
There he is.
Pancho.
Okay, Monty's here. We can start now, everybody. Hey, Monty.
I know, right? I've been on my phone texting him the meeting code for the last like 20 minutes, y'all. Seriously.
What?
That's why I kept looking down, laughing. I'm on the phone with him. Slow.
I'm a working man. I'm out here trying to make some money.
Okay.
Man, what's up,
Monty,
cuz?
look at you.
Look at you, man. What's up?
Hey.
You got the old John Hancock behind you? Damn. Great state of Texas. When y'all coming down?
All right. Yeah, Monty, since you're talking, tell everybody who you are, who your family is, and where you are. And then Elizabeth, you didn't get a chance to chime in, so I'd love to. We heard from the kids, but if you could go after Monty, and then, oh boy, now we're getting a string of calls. So, and then Harold, I want you to bring up the rear. Monty, take it away.
Thank you, cuz. Good seeing y'all.
You too.
So Monty Lamont Atkins here in San Antonio, Texas. Great state of Texas. And this might be news for, well, I'm sure it's news for everybody, but I'm newly divorced. I'm a bachelor man right now. And got a new beautiful girlfriend and a lot of things going on. What else? 3 kids. I don't know if my kids are kids on here.
Yeah, well, she is your niece is.
Anyway, I got my kids. They're spread out. I got one daughter, Lynette. She's up here in Austin, Texas. Serena, she's here in San Antonio. She's going to practicing to be a doctor here in San Antonio. And my other daughter, Janae, she's out there in Chesapeake, Virginia. So that's about it. I'm out here working, still selling real estate. Been doing real estate about 25 years now. It's been good. And looking forward to trying to get back to Chicago more often. See you guys.
Yeah.
That would be great, Monty. We miss
Yes.
you. Happy belated birthday. I know you just had one. I don't know.
Thank you.
I remember Monty's birthday because we're only a month apart. So he was born August 2nd.
Right.
I was born September 6th. So we're like we're on baby shots together. So
Right, you're right.
happy
You're a
belated.
youngster. You're a youngin'.
Yeah, you're older than me. How about that?
Right.
Okay. So Elizabeth, Can you say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Tell folks who you are. This is a branch side of the family.
I'm a branch. My father is Roy Branch, Uncle Chuck's baby brother. And I'm here on the south side of Chicago with my son Davis, who just turned 10 years old just a few days ago. And
happy birthday!
Hiding, who is almost, come on, this is your moment. You know, she's almost
That's Potato.
Yes. And yeah, we're just making it.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Lana, you just joined us.
I did. Hey, fam.
Hey, Lana.
Hey, Lana.
How are you? Kids, this is Andre. Say hi. Hi. That's Andre. He's 3. He just turned 3 last week.
Who are you?
Here. Come here.
Lana, tell people who you are.
Oh, I'm Lana. This is my oldest. What's your name? Trey. This is Dante. I am Mona and Chuck's baby. Go get the baby. I live and work in Bloomington,
Illinois.
And not sure what else I was supposed to say, but
how you doing?
We're doing okay. We're getting our house ready to sell, so there's a lot of.
All right, try to get stable because you're moving around a little bit. Oh,
right,
there's
that's
a
my
baby.
baby.
Okay, Matthew. Hey, Matthew.
Wow.
All right, she's got a brood. All right, my internet.
Okay. So yeah, we're getting ready to sell our house, find someplace bigger, and being a business owner, trying to get through this pandemic.
All right.
What kind of business you got?
I own a nurse staffing agency and wheelchair transport company.
Nice. All right.
I just need to get people back.
Okay.
Lobster.
Yeah, we lost you. We need to get people back to what?
You're
Come
mute.
back to work.
All right, very good. Yay, thank you, Lana. All right, did we miss anybody?
Sheila.
Sheila, where you at? Oh, there you are. Sheila.
Hello.
Hey, Sheila.
I'm Mike and Tony's youngest daughter, and I'm in Lincoln, Illinois, and that's it.
You going to Hollywood?
I'm going to Hollywood.
Yeah, you going to Hollywood?
Well, I'm going to Hollywood for. I work for the state. Simple life. That's it.
Your grandma now?
Oh yeah, I'm for the grandbaby.
Right.
Oh, congratulations.
No way. That's crazy.
Man, that's crazy. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
All right. Daddy Harold, Pancho, you are up. Now, you can start however you want, but what we want to hear about is, the thug life, okay?
Okay. Well, first I want to start by saying that I'm on the Branch and Thompson side of the family. And all of Uncle Chuck and Mona's siblings, they share that same trait. And the Branch and the Thompson, when you put that together, that's heavy duty stuff. Yeah. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the thug life because the number one thug, my brother Chucky, is not on. And he doesn't do computer or virtual stuff. Did you talk to him, Tracy?
I did, but
There it is.
Well, but I did talk to my brother Bobby today and told him about it. He was going to try and connect, but nonetheless, I just have one story about thug life. So when I was 16, I got shot. I'm in Inglewood Hospital. Uncle Chuck comes up to me. He visited, and he said to me, "If you are not free to die, you're not free to live." Wow. He's throwing all this heavy duty spiritual stuff on me. I had no idea what he was talking about, but I understand it now, Uncle Chuck, and I just love you for that. He also gave me a book that was called the the cross and the switchblade.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
And that's what, so that's a little piece of thing. Also, we celebrated in June 24 years of marriage. We are a Brady bunch. 4 kids the marriage. I brought 5. We have Tiki. She gets mad when I don't say that, and I don't leave anyone out. But nonetheless, we're doing great. I came out here because actually Malcolm X said land is the basis of freedom. And so I came out here because I wanted some land. And I wound up buying 10 acres that wound up being 30 acres. And I live now on 15 acres of land. HB was hanging out with me this weekend. And thank you, son. I appreciate that. We're doing really great. We really are. Everybody's doing great. I do want to say this, that, and every family goes through this. Mental illness is no joke. I have a child that's kind of dealing with that. Chucky, if you remember, had a child that was dealing with that as well. So just keep that in your mind, just when you think, just in general. And with this COVID crap and all this other crap that's going on, it makes it kind of hard to stay focused. Oh, but we have such a great family. We really do. And growing up, I tell people all the time, I've always told them, I lived a storybook family. Yeah. It was like out of a storybook. The childhood. I'm talking about from the time I was born until the time I was 10 or 11. After 11, I decided to go sideways, but my family was still intact. It's a storybook family. It really is. Everything I could think of. And going out to the country in the mid-50s, that's when I first started going out to the country to visit my grandparents. It's just a storybook family. I couldn't have wrote it any better if I was trying to put together a movie. And that really probably has saved my life more times than I want to even imagine. It really has. And even when you don't feel as though that storybook family comes into play, it's in your DNA. Yeah. And it makes you survive. It really makes you survive. I remember stuff that Angie, the teenager, was going through. I remember that Lisa, as a teenager, was going through. Without you guys even knowing it, storybook family that you had kept you alive. I won't mention any more names, but it's a storybook family. I remember stuff you went through, Craig, trying to do sports that you weren't built to do, but the storybook family kept you strong.
Right.
We just had a storybook family, and I am so thankful to God for how he put together Thompsons and branches. You got the Thompsons, Church of God in Christ, as high as you can get in that whole structure, the largest Black church organization in the country. And then you have on the other side, Mennonites.
Right.
It's deep. It's really, really, really deep. And I'm just happy to be part of it. I am the 3rd oldest grandchild. Tony is gonna always be the oldest.
I keep telling you I'm not the oldest. Chucky's the oldest. I'm not the oldest. Chucky's the oldest.
Well, you're the oldest to me. And I was just, when I left Arizona, I didn't know that all of Tony's kids were going to wind up transplanting.
Thank you, Uncle Harold. Thank you.
But we have such a great family and such a great history. And the country, I think the land was bought by a realtor named Meniscus that used to be on Hoss, that Auntie Mona can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, she does. She knows that story.
But it was just a great place to be. The ritual that I had to follow after leaving the land, we would go every Saturday and then drive back to Chicago on 59th and Peoria. And the first thing we all had to do was take off our shoes and empty all of the sand out of our shoes. Tony was living in the same apart or 2-flat or 4-flat or whatever it was that we were at on 5948 Peoria. And it was just a great time. It really was. It was a storybook family. It keeps me grounded to this day. And I am just so thankful. And now I look up and I see where my mother and father are dead. But I still have my mother's sister and my father's brother. It's cool.
It's cool. It's so cool.
Yeah. It's just really cool. So that's what I got, Lori.
Lori?
Yes, Craig, please.
Could I say something?
You can, everybody, it's a free open floor now. So Craig, please.
Yeah. One summer, years and years ago, we lived at 6832 South Union. And I had planned, it was summer, just got out of school, and I had plans for that summer. I was going to ride my bike, play in the alley, throw rocks, play baseball, whatever. And then my mother announced to me, "You're going to vacation Bible school at Morgan Park Church." And I said, "What?" I said, "I got plans." She said, "Oh no, Mona's coming by to pick you and your brother up, and you're going to Morgan Park." And Mona was real cool, but Mona could drive. Jesus Christ, could she drive? She had this old car with a stick shift on the collar, and Mona could talk, drive. She could change diapers, do taxes.
All at the same time.
All at the same time. And then when we got to Vincennes, Mona would race the train. She said, "Okay, we're going to race the train." You know, and we would race the train and beat it across the railroad tracks and get to the church. I remember nothing about that church except there was this big tank in the back. And I kept thinking, one day they're going to put me in this tank, you know? I was scared to death. The other thing was I used to watch this show called The Fugitive with David Jansen. And I loved that show as a kid. We still lived on 68th Street. And Mom said on the last night when Richard Kimball was going to meet the one-armed man, she said, "Well, we're going to church." I said, "What? No." But it was good. The church thing sunk in. Tony taught us how to play rock school, and I think she cheated. And Harold taught us how to play baseball. He taught us how to bat. That's what Harold showed me. Harold showed me a lot of stuff, but that was one of the good things he showed me, you know.
Hey, Flip, you got to tell us about this sport that Harold was talking about that you weren't really playing.
Football.
The sport. Oh, was that all right?
Yeah, I played a little football, and you know,
you were
like
quarterback, right? Weren't you a quarterback?
No. I wasn't a quarterback. I was a defensive tackle, and
But
I made a few sacks.
But you had
a lot of
stomach
times I
issues.
didn't. A lot of times they would double team me, and a lot of times they did things. But it's okay. You know, I worked at it, and they told me I couldn't do it, but I tried anyway, and I feel good for trying. You know.
Right.
But I wouldn't want my kids to play that sport.
I know, it's crazy sport.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my kids to do it. But like Harold said, this has been a storybook family. We would go to Two Mothers, like I said, on Thanksgiving. I'd sit at the children's table. And when I graduated to the men's table, I was really ecstatic. I mean, just really blown away. Christmas, we get together. That was a wonderful time. And it was just all good. It was so much love. I mean, it was crazy. To watch Lamont, Monty, I look at you and I think of your dad, and I think of how well your dad and mom danced together. It was just wonderful, you know? And, you know, my parents—
I did not get that gene.
Huh?
I just said I did not get that dancing gene. I'm still sitting on the walls.
But that's okay. That's okay. Your father could dance, and Faithy could dance, and it was just, and Tony could dance too. I remember Tony dancing, you know. So it was just a whole good thing. And it was a storybook life, and it still is. And I'm going through a little crisis in my life, but I depend on my family and the memories and the times that I have, and that's what I got, guys. That's all I got.
Thank you.
I want to jump in real quick because I hear these stories, and yeah, we were there. The younger grandkids were there for the tail end, but you guys don't know how strong of a foundation you guys laid. Not just our parents and their parents, but the cousins. The foundation you laid for us. I got little ones, like real little ones. And they have that same foundation. They don't have necessarily the blood, but they have that love, that Branch Thompson agape love. And to see this and experience this even now, when so many of our friends don't have anybody in the family. Some rift tore them apart, or they can't apologize, or whatever. They think of any excuse not to have this. And while we may have our differences, it all comes down to celebrating life, celebrating love, and passing that on to the next generation. I don't have a problem with these 4 Branch boys, another group of Branch boys. This makes like 8 or 9 groups of Branch boys being out there and conquering the world, which is what we've done as a family.
Amen.
Stepping down off my—
Amen.
Can I jump in?
Jump in.
I want to jump in, and Lana, you said it very well. People may not know about the Tony and Mike Glenn kids. We didn't have, so Angie is my aunt, but Angie and I are like sisters because we're the same age, and I'm older than her, as I always, and I refuse to call her auntie, because why? Because I'm old. So anyway. But we didn't have any cousins growing up, any first cousins, because our cousins, Angie and Tim were our age. So it was so much fun to be able to have these cousins that people to this day don't understand. These are my cousins. Well, is that your uncle? Well, it's not really my uncle, but it's okay. You know, it's so hard to explain because my first cousins are, in my opinion, my nieces and nephews, and my second cousins are my first cousins. So Lana and I went to college together with Angie, and you know, we had a good time. But these were always my first cousins: Suge, George, Roseanne. Everybody was Tracy was first cousins, because I didn't know about this whole first cousin, second cousin. I just blended right in because Tony and Mike started having kids when their aunts were still having kids. So we, and I have the fondest memories of the country. Never in my life thinking that we would be moving there and live in that wretched place. I thought it was wonderful.
I wasn't wretched.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful visiting, because you got out there, you on that big old swing on the tree. You know, we would go out there and be in Two Mother and Two Daddy's house, and we would have to. I'd sleep in that little bed, and it smelled like mothballs. I hated it. but it was fun when everybody else was there. All my cousins came out. We have all these pictures, but you know, I don't know if you guys knew, but we didn't. None of us said this is my first cousin, second cousin. We were just all cousins, and all my mom's cousins and my uncles and my aunts. You know, so it's just kind of strange, but that was so much fun going out there visiting, having the two mother experience after then we moved there, because they would come out and we would kind of like help them a little bit. You know, I would braid two mother's hair and grease her scalp, and she would let me she'd give me 50 cents. Maybe she gave me 25 cents first, and then I got 50 cents. But we always had it was always such a blessing to be able to have dual roles in that I lived there and I visited there. And it was always so cool. So for those of you all who have not been out to the country, that's what this was for. Us going out to the country was so that all of us could relive all of our memories, and we could also be able to share the love with each other. So hopefully next year, for those of you who weren't on earlier, it looks like the poll is Labor Day weekend 2021. So it's that Saturday of Labor Day weekend. We'll go back out there and we'll do what we plan to do this year. But I'm telling you, I would not trade it now. As much as I hated it growing up, I would not trade it for the world, because I learned a lot of lessons there. I learned how to be a city girl and a country girl. My cousins would come. Angie would come every single year. We would go to the Mennonite church for their vacation Bible school. We would walk. We thought it was so cool to walk with no shoes on the dirt road. I mean, we just had so much fun out there. And so I really want everybody to encourage not just you, but your kids and everybody to go out next year and experience it. And if you can't do next year, I'm sure Mike and Tony, mom and dad, will let you come out any other time and roam around. But there's so much out there to love. There's so many memories. There's so many good spirit out there. Like I said, as much as I hated it, I love it now. I never can wait to go back and just hang out and go walk in the woods. We had fun with Uncle Chuck when he used to come out with his church and bring the whole bus of kids, and they would come out and we would help with the Halloween spooky stuff Uncle Chuck would do, jumping out of holes in the ground and hanging out trees. But we always had so many good memories out there. So if you have not been out there, and we actually, Uncle Harold's, I say Uncle Harold because of course he's my second cousin, but he's my godfather too. But Harold, Daddy Harold, to them didn't you say his ashes are out in the river, in Moments River, Uncle Harold?
My father, we spread his ashes in the Kankakee River.
Right. And so there were houses out there, all the sisters and Uncle Moon. Did Uncle Moon have a house out there?
No.
There were just houses.
No, he didn't have one.
So there was just houses out on the land. So if you have not been out there, if you're a branch, we lived in the branch's house, which was 2 bedrooms and 7 kids in 2 bedrooms. It was ridiculous. Daddy was always building stuff that didn't never always get built, but we lived a wonderful life out there. And you just got to come out there and hear the stories and see all this stuff that's out there. It's like an adventure land. For most people who would come out there, they always felt like they were on an adventure. You know?
Lisa.
So I'm going to stop because Uncle Harold's giving me the cue, right?
I just wanted to ask you a question since your daddy is here. Because when you guys first started to move out there, I remember him buying a couple of $1,000 worth of lumber. And he set it out there, but he didn't get to his project in time, and it warped. Is that a true story?
Michael Glenn?
I got at least a frame. I got at least a frame on the addition. I laid a foundation, and actually, what happened here was I think my wife was so dissatisfied with the country that she insisted that we move. And so I had to, you know, give in. And so we wound up moving down to the Mennonite church, their house they had there. And then, of course, they kicked us out. And so then we came back here again. But, you know, just for that, Harold, I don't know if I'm getting away from the subject, but remember you came out there and you showed me the initials of your dad, Uncle Chuck, and something they graved their initials in the concrete foundation. Do you know who that was?
I think it was my dad and Uncle Chuck and my grandfather.
You know, those initials are still there.
Wow.
In the foundation. Yeah.
Wow. So you got to come out so you can see that. That's history. Take some pictures of it.
And I always wondered, and maybe Auntie Mona can tell me, but Tootsie didn't have a house built out there.
No.
But all my other aunts, Gertie and Mona and my mother, they had houses, but Tootsie didn't have one. How come that was?
My mother had bad memories of. She wasn't happy there. That's all I could say. You know, that's what she told me, because I used to ask her that all the time. How come you don't have a house? But I think the deal was my mother had dates, and they always, whenever she had a date, they took her out to the country, and she never made her dates. So I think, but maybe Mona probably got a better idea what happened. But that's what she told me.
Hey, Dad. Ask Dad, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ask Mom about the country. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, how you guys ended up there and why Tootsie didn't have a house?
Why what? Why Tootsie didn't have a house?
Yeah.
Okay. When the mother that.
Okay. Go ahead, Mom.
What happened was Mother bought the property out there. I had 5 acres for sale. Mr. Mosiscus was his name. And so she wanted it, but she didn't want 5 acres. So my uncle Isaiah said he would buy half. So she got 2.5 acres and he got 2.5 acres. Mother built a house on hers, and we bought trailers.
No, before the trailers, we had garage house.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we bought the trailers first, and
no, last, honey.
Okay, we're arguing about if we had the house or the garage house. Okay, in any case, we had Gertie had a house put up way out on the back of the property. She didn't want to be near us. Alice had a house built. She wanted this big, beautiful house, which they never completed. And then house built next door to it. Chuck's mother, like I said, Uncle Isaiah bought the 2.5 acres. Chuck's father retired, and his mother wanted to move out somewhere. So they bought the 2.5 acres next to us. So we still had the 5 acres in the family there. And eventually, we had a fire and it burned the house down. So that was then Mother sold the house, and that was it.
Mom, you're skipping over a lot of details. So you went from like 1950 to 1990. So you guys bought the garage houses in the mid-50s before any of us were here. I think Bobby and Harold, little Harold and Chucky were you guys were around what, 8, 9, Tony 10 years old?
I think I was 8, I think.
Yeah. So that was in the 50s, the mid-50s, and then you built those garage houses. They had a garage frame. And then what happened with Uncle Isaiah's property? So he had half and two mother had half. What happened?
Chuck's mother and father bought the Uncle Isaiah's 2.5 acres.
So that's when the branches, so the Thompsons had it first, and then the branches moved out afterwards.
Yeah, after a while, when they saw Uncle Isaac wasn't going to do anything with the property, the Branches bought the property.
And made it their home.
What's that?
And made it their home.
Yeah, they moved out permanently. But we would just go out on the weekends sometimes. That was it.
Okay, now why didn't Tootsie have a house?
No, Tootsie didn't have one. She was too young.
That's what it was. That's what I thought. She was too young. And she was dating, and no one as a teenager wants to go out to the country. I can attest to that.
Oh yeah, Mom used to say they would take her to the country every weekend when she had a date. You know, so they you know, good parents. You know, that was a good trick.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, all our parents did that. Took us out there when we did not want to go. All of us.
Yeah.
Maybe the boys felt different, but I know I didn't ever want to go, but you had to go. You had no choice.
Right.
So on the Branch side, Elizabeth, you went out. You spent a lot of time out in the country too.
Me?
You don't remember that?
I was little. I have just such little snatches of memories, like newspaper all over the kitchen floor.
I remember that too. And tamales. I don't know why, but our grandmother loved to make tamales. Grandma.
When they moved in with us, I remember the tamales from my kitchen in Park Forest.
So that's a good link. So when the Branches moved out from Pembroke, from the country, they moved in with Elizabeth's family, with my Uncle Roy and Aunt Katie. And that's where they lived for a long time.
Hey, Lori?
Yes.
I still make tamales today. I have Grandma's recipe. I'll send it to anybody who wants it. And when I'm not doing tamales, I make cornbread from Two Mother's recipe that I got from your mother.
Uncle, I want them.
Send it to me.
I think we have a new calendar in the making, Mom. My mom likes to make calendars. So I think recipes, the Thompson Branch recipe calendar is coming. What do you guys think?
We got another visitor got on here.
Yes.
We have Rakia.
Rakia, where's she at? Oh,
there she is.
Let me
That's
unmute.
Tiki.
Hey, beautiful.
You came on late, but had you been there.
Look, Pops, I'm working. I'm at Delta in Atlanta working.
No,
I'm saving lives. I'm saving lives.
I mentioned your name before you even got here, baby.
Did you? I
That's
love
great.
y'all.
Love you too.
We love you too. It's nice to see you. Where do you live?
Looking.
Tell us where you're living.
Well, I live in Florida, but right now I'm in Atlanta.
Okay. Both hot spots right
With
now.
cultivation seeking? Are you working with cultivation seeking?
Well, I was I'm doing the NBA players in Orlando, and then Delta Airlines asked me to come back, so I'm here for another 11 days to do the Delta Airline employees.
And it's where you at? I'm in Florida too.
What part of Florida? I'm in Lakeland. Where are you?
Panama City.
Oh yeah, I'm not there.
You know
I think
what?
we
I
have
have some good destinations for our next family reunion. I think Florida, Arizona, Texas,
Margaritaville cottages have an 8-bedroom cottage.
Come on now.
Margaritaville.
All right.
In Orlando.
When we get past COVID, I want to hear some invitations, okay?
Oh, my door is always open. You just got to make sure I'm in town.
When I get a house, y'all can come. As soon as I get some electricity and floors and walls.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now
Hey, Lori, I got a moment's question. Does anybody know the name of is the ice cream place still there? Every time we went out there without ice cream.
Tasty Freeze.
No, it was
Redskins, and it closed. It was Redskins.
It was my favorite.
No, there was two, Muds and Suds and Redskins. Muds and Suds was the one when we were little, not when you all were out here.
Okay.
Where was the one that had the it was called the Purple Cow?
Huh?
It was called a Purple Cow.
I remember
that was the first time I had. I think it's Purple Cow. It was a milkshake. It was made with grape pop and vanilla ice cream.
Yes, Purple Cow.
Yes, and moments.
Hey, so there are a lot of younger people, okay, that's relative, younger than me. People who have never been to this place that we're talking about. So who's never been to this place we've been talking about, the country? Just raise your hand. I know Iris has never been.
HB never been out here.
HB's been.
You never been out there?
You were there, H.
You had to be
No,
there.
when I was 1 year old, don't count. I mean,
yeah, it counts. It counts.
that don't count.
Elizabeth, have either Davis or Eve been there?
No.
Would you like to for them to see the place? There's no newspapers, but
I would love it.
all right, we got to figure it out. Tony and Michael, we got to figure it out. So we don't want to wear you out. But yes.
We do have people whose kids haven't been there. Like Roseanne, your kids have never been there. Angie, has Gary and Gary and Shalimar did when they were kids. Yes, they did.
Roseanne, you've been there though. You remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spend a couple.
I used to love it, Roseanne was
I know. We used to watch wrestling. We were always watching in the room. I don't know. It was fun. We had a good time. That was fun time. Good.
So Judy is on the phone. We haven't said hello to Judy. Hi, Judy.
Hey, Judy.
Can you hear us?
Hi. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think she was helping Mom and Dad get settled downstairs.
Thank you.
I think internet's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not social distancing today, so I'm trying to stay outside. But I haven't seen my grandparents in like
a while. Okay, internet's unstable. Please stop doing that.
Breaking up and sound like an alien.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. I think we just had a little surge.
I said, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear
Okay.
Now we can.
Nana and Grandpa, because I haven't seen them in 4 months. So anyone who knows me knows that's not like me. So
yeah,
not acceptable.
So, love you guys, family. I've never been to the country, so looking forward to going next year.
I imagine some people were saying, what is the big deal? Some of the younger kids might be saying. And to me, the big deal, you know, I have friends now that talk about going to Alabama and Mississippi, going back home.
Right.
Because they have some place to go that's been in their family for 50, 60, even more than that years. And at this point in time, we really don't have anything in the family that's been in the family. You know, there's no house that we can go to and say, yeah, you know, I can remember going there when I was little. You know, it's been in the family 50 years or 60 years or 70 years. This property has been in the family
since the mid-50s
plus years. Yeah. And I think that's the draw to the property. Just the fact that it's something that's been in your family for so long. It's not the house, it's the trees and the memories. We don't have a building that's been here that long. Well, I don't know how long the porch has been here, but it's the memories of your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents, some of which you never met. And the fact that this has been in our family that long.
You're also forced to connect to an extent because ain't no service out there. You don't have a choice but to
yeah, that's true.
make it work. You don't have a choice but to figure out how to adapt to nature and your surroundings and the people you're around and hang around and everybody and everything else. Because as soon as you turn that corner and go down that dirt road, you can say goodbye to all 5 bars of what service you had.
I know I was just out there. I was out there with my car, and you know, we were so reliant on our, you know, our map. Just you know, you turn on your whatever and get directions, and suddenly I was lost because I didn't have directions. I'm like, wait, let me just get to the end of the road here. Figure it out. Hey, so yes, go ahead.
We used to rely on landmarks. My landmark was a place called Pleasant Corner. It was like the corner store.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's caving in. The roof is gone. You know, it's sad, but it's gone. But
We had to turn at the Purple House. It was a purple brick.
Yes. The Purple House is there.
When Tony and I were kids, me, Tony, and Chucky, we would take acorns and put them in the empty cigar boxes of my Grandpa Branch, and we would bury them because then they would grow up into be big old oak trees. And there's a bunch of trees out there, and if you want sassafras tea, there are sassafras trees out there as well.
Hey, Harold. Yeah, Bobby told me that story. So Bobby and I and Anthony would look for acorns because we thought they were going to grow up to, well, we figured they were going to grow up to be big trees. But Bobby told me that story. But let me tell you a quick story. We spent the night out there one night, and it was like 3 or 4 of us in a bed, and I don't know who I was in the bed with, but they had an outhouse. There wasn't no indoor toilet.
Right.
And it was raining, and I'd eaten too much or whatever, and I needed to go. And my mother kicked me out of bed or whatever she did, and she said, "Boy, just go on out there and handle it, you know, just go out there." Boy, that was terrible. I can say. I mean, the outhouse experience is an experience, and that's what it was. That's what it was then. It was go to the outhouse.
Did anyone else
I don't know how long that lasts, but it wasn't pleasant, you know.
I used to want to go over to the branches because they didn't have an outhouse, so I would go over there. And Papa Branch would get very mad at you going in and out of side of his house and close that gate, and you can't come in here using the bathroom. Oh, he was what?
Oh, really? Mama, that's where you learned that from? You learned that from Papa Branch?
What?
That's what you told us all the time.
Tony, when y'all out there, y'all had an outhouse? Y'all had the outhouse thing?
Yeah. We had an outhouse when I was growing up, and
wow.
No, we had a bathroom too, but in the summertime, Mama would take us outside and she would not let us back in. She would lock the door. So if we had to go to the bathroom, we either went in the woods or we had to use that outhouse.
And we couldn't get no water in the house. We had to use that pump.
We had to use that pump. Yep, because we couldn't come in the house for nothing.
To get water.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Well, one more.
A lot of kids.
Yeah, well, one more thing. I used that outhouse once, and I got stung by a bee. And it was
always bees in that outhouse, Cousin Craig. It was always bees in there.
Well, I got stung on my bottom by a bee. And I ran out there, my pants were down around my legs. It was terrible.
Hey, Ronnie.
So,
Ronnie just joined us. You want to say hi?
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm just listening in.
Hey,
Tell us where you are and the names of your children and where everybody lives.
I'm at the golf course in suburb of Chicago. Kids are Shannon, Sheldon, and Sydney. And what was the other question?
And Judy's to your left.
And Judy.
And how you doing? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, we're good. We're having some memories. We're going down memory lane about the country. And just for you guys who joined late, what I'm going to do is right before we sign off, I'm going to run the video again so you can see.
Thank you.
Did a little like 6-minute. Well, Jordan Ruiz, our beautiful nephew, who's I haven't seen his face yet. He is not chimed on. He did the video.
Do I just see Don Clark? Who just
Yes, it's me. Hi, family. To the girls and the guys. How's everybody?
Good. We're better now that you're here.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late. Better late than never.
They should. For people who don't know you, just tell us who you are and whose you are and your kids and wife and how's everybody doing?
Oh, okay. I'm Suge. My real name is Donald Clark. My mother is Tootsie Lindell, and my dad is Donald Clark Sr. My brother is Craig. Is he here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you, Craig. There's Craig. My wife's Tamiko, lovely wife, 28 years. And my kids are Bryce, 24, and Keaton, 22, the other day. So that's about it. That's me.
And he's protecting the great city of Chicago.
I am. Not. I heard my wrist playing golf the other day, so I'm not. I'm out.
You're not actively protecting right at this moment.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I hope you feel better. Thanks, Joe. Glad you could join us. So we're just chit-chatting. Who else wants to chime in? Go ahead.
I got one quick question. Can somebody please tell how to spell my middle name, Lindell?
Whose picture was that?
Tracy. That's me, Tracy.
What's happening?
Okay, but I'm gonna say this. Her first name is Tracy, just like mine.
Right.
My middle name is Lindell. It's spelled the original correct Lindell way. D-A-L-L. Tracy, I don't know how yours is spelled. I didn't even know.
Why is that be correct?
I didn't even know that. Yes, she's Tracy Lindell. I am so excited. I didn't know. And I heard about her, and then when I went home, I met her at Dave's Wake. And I went home like, Mom, you know, Chuck got a daughter named Tracy. She was like, no, he got a daughter named Tracy Lindell. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah. True story.
That's so cool.
My mother didn't know how to spell it, so she spelled it how it sounded. But she spelled it Lyndell.
Okay, that's how mine is spelled.
But it's supposed to be however Tootsie's name is spelled.
Oh, well, it's not.
It's wrong.
How is Tootsie's name spelled?
With an A.
And I just want to tell y'all this real quick. The night both of you, when y'all were born, they were calling the house to tell us, Tracy, that y'all's name was Lindell. They were calling my mother. We lived at 6832 South Union. And it's Lyndall.
Neither one of us got that.
2 N's?
Angie don't have 2 N's, do you, Angie?
I got 1 N, Lyndall.
So all us wrong, huh?
Wait a minute, Tootsie got 2 N's?
No, I don't.
No.
This is great. I don't think so.
Did I spell it wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. John.
You close. No cigar.
All right,
Lyndall.
Okay, now here, let's ask Mom a question.
Yeah.
Mom, who was Auntie Tootsie named after? Lindell. Who she named? Where'd she get that name from?
There was nobody that I knew had the name Lindell. I think Mother just thought that up.
Mama said Mother was reading a book, and the lady's name in the book, the character's name was Lindell.
Wow.
Okay, so look, since we got Mom and Dad here, it would probably be a good idea to ask them any questions that you might have. You know, I mean, they both have great memories of all of your parents and many of our cousins and, you know, so many things. Now, so what will catch you while you got the memory going well, Mom? Hello? You there? I'm making fun. I'm sorry.
I want to catch in quick because I don't want to ask for memory, but I do want to say that
the best times I had was Ramona. Now I'm getting choked up. Jesus. Hey. Ramona and Uncle Chuck. When we would go visit. Wait a minute.
That's okay, Bobby.
Okay,
It was
Bobby.
the best. I mean, just the feeling you got when you went to see them. It's just so, the love is just, it's so huge. I don't have my grandma. I don't have my grandpa, but I have Uncle Chuck and Ramona.
Bless your
They've
heart.
been so good to us Flynn girls, us as a family, that, you know, it's just as good as my grandmother being here, to have them be how they've been to us. I mean, just the love, the warmth, just, we're so happy to see you. And I just wanted to thank them for that. It's just wonderful.
That's sweet.
And my kids even, they know who my kids are, what their names are, how is this one doing, how is that one doing, what's going on, all of that. And just to know that we matter that much. My grandmother and my grandfather may not be here, but they have been that for us. And I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby.
You know, talking about memories, you know, one memory from the Branch household that I loved as a child that we should make sure we do not continue is all of us bobbing for the same apples in that drum.
That's pretty good.
Looking back on that, that was a little bit nasty, but it was fun.
It was good. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Older kids don't know nothing about that. I was like,
no,
little kids and the younger ones.
It was gross. It was gross.
I liked it.
Well, listen, one memory I would like to do. I still have 3 very old drums, 3 very old congos, and I couldn't wait to get the 59th Peoria and sit on the front porch and play the drums.
Yeah.
And Harold and Chucky could play. Woo! Could they play? Could they play? And we would imitate them if we could get a drum, you know. But Harold, I think those might be your drums I have.
They could very well be. Right now, I have 9 drums.
Oh, wow.
4 of those drums I got from my baby brother, Davey. But I have 9 drums. I still play. I try and teach my kids and grandkids, whoever's interested, to do so. I was introduced to those drums by my uncle Lamont.
Right.
That was a Cuban drum player.
Woo! Could he play? Could he play? Well, I just want to propose that we play before it's all said and done, brother.
Next time we get together on Zoom, I promise you I will set up and play.
But we got to get Chuck to play.
Yeah, he's better than me.
I want to play. I want to play.
And we got to get Michael to play.
Lisa's pretty good too. Lisa
Lisa's very good.
Yes.
Cousin Brian goes in.
Lisa is great.
I did poetry. So
Lisa is great, and her brother Brian are great. And whenever we get together in Arizona out here, we play some drums, and it's a really, really good thing. I wanted to mention also about the country. This is really historical because I remember one of my earliest memories was singing to my great-grandfather, Bishop Roberts, and it had to be 1954 because I think he was dead by the next year, but he was out in the country. He was out on that swing that used to be next to Mother and Two Daddy's house. And I sang to him then. That's the only time I remember him. But Bishop Roberts, when you look at the Church of God in Christ whole thing, that was a heavy duty dude. He really was. So it's a real historical place. It may never get on the historical register, but it's historical to us. And then I think about the grandkids, where if you can almost split them up based on age. So the first wave would be Tony and Chucky and me and Bobby and Flippy and Amps, bless his soul. But then the second wave came in, and you guys are just as tight as the first wave was. And now I look and I see the kids of the second wave are just as tight. It's remarkable when you really look at it. It really is. It's something else.
Can I mention one more musical story? Yeah, I forgot where we went, but cousin Lynn was in a marching.
Can we see your face a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, your sister Lynn was in a marching band.
She was.
And she played flute.
Yes.
And
everybody's
they played this song, Amen. Remember that? Amen.
Yeah.
And Lynn led it. And I mean, she was remarkable. She was totally remarkable. She could play the flute. She was, hey.
Hey, Fred. Hi, everybody.
But I would just be remiss, you know, Lynn was a great flutist. And I don't think she ever got credit for that. But she was great in the marching band, and it was wonderful to watch her play.
Did anybody know that I got Lynn's flute?
No.
And I think I played it for about 2 days. I remember getting Lynn's flute. Isn't that where I got the flute from, Mom?
I believe so.
It was Lynn's flute. It was in the little seed. And I played it for about a week or so. I mean, I remember going and I was pretending. I was in there with all the people pretending. Because I said, I just want it. But it wasn't just that. I don't know how long it had been in storage. Inside of it smelled like mildew. Together, it was that, and then you had to like clean it off. And I was like, I just couldn't play it because it smelled like mildew.
Lisa.
But it was flute. I had it.
Lisa.
Yes.
Chucky played flute at William G. Bill Elementary School. I played the trumpet, and we were both in the band and played for your mother's elementary school. We got our flute and trumpet. We got our start because Grandma Branch gave Chucky a fake flute and gave me a fake trumpet, but gave Billy Boy a fake harmonica. And you know that.
And the rest is history.
We have all these other
Hey, Linda.
We got Linda, Tamiko.
Where's Tamiko?
I want to share a memory. And I do have a question, but I have
ask your question
Chelsea,
first.
is that Chelsea?
Chelsea, go ahead.
Ask your question.
Okay, so with all of the racial tension that's been happening, I've been digging deeper into my family history and roots and everything. And I was talking to my mother about, you know, when Aunt Ramona and everybody else was going through segregation and all of those things. And I remember her talking about how they had to pass as white women to be teachers. And I actually want to hear the perspective from Aunt Ramona herself, because it's more powerful when it comes from the words of the person who actually experienced it versus hearing it from somebody and having the opportunity to speak to somebody who's actually been through that experience. So that's my question of one, explain exactly that scenario and what it was like to experience that trauma.
So, Mom, did you hear that question? Dad?
No,
Tell Mom to talk about her experience when she had that with her first teaching job. If everybody could mute, that would be helpful. Tell Mom to talk about her experience with the first teaching job where she experienced that discrimination because they thought she was a white woman.
But they found out she was black.
Yeah, let her, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, the first, they sent me out to school. Gumpers was the name of it. And I was putting up my bulletin board, and they came and called me to go down to the office. There was a phone call from the board. I went there, and the lady said, "We have to move you." And she says, "I'm going to tell you the truth. They've never had a black teacher at this school. And they found out that you were black, and the neighbors are up in arms. So where do you want to go? Wherever you want to go, we'll send you there." So I was able to get to the school in my own neighborhood where I could walk to my school. But it was the best thing that ever happened. You know, sometimes people make it for evil, but God made it for good, because that was the school that I was sent to. The school that I chose to go to was one of the best schools in the city of Chicago, and it was black kids, and it was good.
And all of your kids attended that school.
Yes.
All of your kids went to that school.
Kids went to that school, and I was able to talk to their teachers. It was fantastic. But they didn't know. They missed out on a really good teacher because I was black.
It was fantastic for you to talk to them, not for us.
What'd she say?
It was
I said it was fantastic for you to talk to our teachers. It was not fantastic for us.
Yeah, I think what the larger experience, thanks, Mom. Chelsea, I think it's a good question, and it happens with certainly people who are mixed race or have, you know, racially ambiguous, you know, features. And that would happen to Mom throughout her life. And she's got certainly a lot of stories of where she experienced discrimination because of that, one way or the other. You know, she had discrimination from, honestly, she actually had discrimination from black people who didn't wait on her as a little girl because she walked in and they were like, what, you know, there was sort of the colorism that was happening. And she was hired from several jobs because they hired her thinking one way and found out something later on. So this was not the first time that happened.
No,
what was the name of the school?
Gumpers.
After I left Gumpers, they sent me to a school on the west side of Chicago. And because they thought I was white, and then they sent me to another school when they found out I was black. So I finally wound up at the school that in my own neighborhood, but they sent me to 3 different schools because they couldn't figure out if I was black or white. But black people know black people. White people don't always know.
That's right. That's right.
I just looked at the text.
School that she first attended.
It was the name of it was called Gumpers. Yeah.
Gumpers. What's the first school?
Yeah,
what school was it that they sent her to?
They sent me to
Gumpers. After Gumpers.
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon is where she ended up. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the school we went to. Harold Branch.
I just saw where Judy had asked a question about the flu epidemic of 1918. Did that get answered?
No, I asked my parents, Dad, did your mom or did your parents ever talk about the pandemic that happened before you were born when they were getting together? Because they were teenagers themselves, 2 mother and 2 daddy, and well, grandma and grandpa, they were a little bit older. Yeah. But did they ever talk to you about that flu pandemic of 1918?
Never did.
well, first of all, Grandpa was in France when that was happening.
Correct.
I don't know. Luckily, I guess we all survived it. We're all here to talk about it. They all survived it.
Was a fantastic guy. He was wounded in World War I by a hand grenade. And he was in the hospital when the war ended. And he came home from the hospital. He went to Texas to visit his dad because he had moved to Chicago when he enlisted in the Army. And
you met your mom.
My mom was living next door with a cousin when he went to visit his father after the war. And they had a brief romance. He came back home in Chicago, then he went back and married Mom and brought her to Chicago. And that's why we were all born in Chicago instead of Texas. He's from San Antonio and she was from Westop, Texas. So that's how my dad met my mom.
Uncle Chuck?
Yeah.
On another subject, I don't know if you want to change that or not, but how did it come about that you wanted to sell this property? How did that come about?
That's a good question, Michael. Mom and Dad moved, and we didn't know what to do with the property, and you and Tony were tired of the city, and so.
Hey, can I jump in here?
Yes.
What about the property that I'm on?
For Michael and Tony's marriage, I was teaching Vacation Bible School, and I would pick up kids along the way, and I picked up Tony and took her to church, to Vacation Bible School, and Michael was there with his mom, and that's how they met. So I'm responsible.
All right, Mama.
I'm responsible for the Glens. It was wonderful.
And she's also very humble.
And my first marriage. Over 50 years ago, Michael, right?
53. The very first was the best.
What do you say, Tony?
No, 53 years.
53 years, Tony?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they got married at my sister's house. And
which one, Mom?
Faithy, yeah.
After married, the women were inside, and we looked out the window.
Auntie Faithy.
All the men were out there crying. So we said, look, all the guys are crying.
The only time I saw my father cry, the only time I saw my Uncle Hinky cry, Tony's daddy.
Hey, I was special. What can I say? I'll tell you all a little piece of history. There was a two mother and two daddy's house was on the property when we got this part of the property, and they told us we had to tear it down because we couldn't have the two houses that close together, and we were really just using it for storage. So we tore it down, and in the midst of tearing it down, in the walls, we found a half a pint bottle of whiskey. It was our grandfather's because our grandmother did not let him drink, although I think she knew he drank. So when he would come up here, he'd have to hide his alcohol, and he stored it in the wall of the house. And we found this bottle. It's been dead 10 years, and there's this bottle in the wall.
And in their later years, on his side of the bed, he would have a half of a gallon of Old Forester.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
And she would have a half a gallon of Seagram's gin.
What?
And they would take a shot in the morning and a shot at night.
Well, I don't believe that. Did she really?
I swear.
Harold, for real.
I swear.
I can't believe that by my grandmother.
Ask Chucky.
Personally, no,
No, I'm talking about the branches.
I knew this would happen.
Branches. I'm thinking you're talking about the Thompson.
No, I think you're talking
No,
about the branches.
no.
No, that's if you want to know the secret to a long life, this is what you do.
Yeah.
No, not the Thompsons. The branches.
The branches.
The branches.
That's a whole different story. Okay.
But the Thompsons, Two Daddy and I did a whole lot of 10 high bourbon.
Okay, well, see, the truth will set you free.
I got a quick story. Can I
yes.
real quick?
Okay, so
One day,
Tracy, and then Judy, and then we want to say hi to Lynette. So Tracy, Judy, and then Lynette. Tracy, go ahead.
2 quick stories. I remember two mother telling me that Tussie was the first baby baptized in the Church of God in Christ. Because before Tussie, they only baptized adults. Tussie was 2 years old. Her grandmother was sewing the robe. Tussie was like, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm sewing robe." This is a story from two mothers straight to me. And Tussie started saying, "I want to get baptized. I want to get baptized." And her grandfather, Bishop, told his wife, if the baby wants to get baptized, she said she wanted, make her a robe. And Tussie was the first baby baptized in the Church of God in Christ. Now,
wow.
I get on to the bourbon part. My dad saw me once, and I had some Jack Daniels, and he was like, "Oh, your grandfather would be so proud." My grandfather doesn't drink. What are you talking about? And he just laughed and he walked away. That's all I have to say about Two Daddy and dark liquor.
All right. Thank you. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you. Thank you.
I never heard
I need
either
to
one of
chime in
those.
real fast.
Okay.
I have to keep my memory real quick, but I do have to go because I have to do Air Force paperwork stuff. So my favorite memory of Uncle Chuck was, I don't remember what the event was, or I believe it was for Uncle Davy's funeral, but it was actually a very funny but brightening moment during that time. But I remember we were in the van, and I think it was my mom and Aunt Sheila was in the van. We were in Aunt Sheila's van, and we were driving, and we were leaving the funeral and everything. And we saw Uncle Chuck passing by in front of us. And we all waved. We were like, "Uncle Chuck, hey!" Thought he would notice us. He didn't see us. But that was the happiest man I've ever seen in my life, of smiling and just driving. Smiling and driving and happy as ever. Didn't even see us. Like, he's just, and it was, we all were dying laughing about it because, you know, we were like, he didn't even see us. But he's so, like, he is a genuinely good-souled, happy person. And that moment for me resonates because, like, that's just who he is. Just a happy-spirited human being, sees the light in the darkness, just like, it's just all great things. Like, there's nothing bad anybody in this world can say about Uncle Chuck, in my opinion. I wasn't his kid, so I don't know what it was
I know,
like.
you see how the kids are laughing. We're like, yeah, sure. Just kidding.
Yeah. In my
opinion,
you know, and just seeing him, and like every time after that moment, every time I think of him or I see him or whatever, I see that same smile, and it sits with you for a minute. His spirit it doesn't leave. You see Uncle Chuck, you can't be upset, you can't be mad, because there's nothing in life that can bother you at that point. So that was my memory that I wanted to say. But I do have to get off this phone call because I got to write some awards packages. So I don't want to go, but I have to because I have a deadline. So,
Chelsea, thank you for that memory, and thanks for joining us.
Hi,
You be safe
granddaughter.
out there.
I love all of you so
Love you
much.
too,
And I'm so
Chelsea.
sad I have to get off this phone call.
We'll do it again. We'll do it again, and we're recording this. And
I look.
Okay, good. We're gonna wrap up soon, but I know Judy, you wanted to say something, and I think who else was? Sorry, did I write it?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut off, but quick question: the
Yes.
video that you posted, can you post it on the family page?
I will do that. Absolutely.
Okay, that's the only request I have. All right,
No
thank you. I
problem.
love everyone.
Love you too, Chelsea.
Love all of y'all. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Judy. What's
Hi.
up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. There's like 3 Zoom calls going on in the same house. I had a couple memories. Uncle Harold, country Uncle Harold, that's what I call him. So when I think of the country, I think of Uncle Harold, Arizona Uncle Harold, because everything that you guys are describing, I experienced the first time I went to Arizona, which was, oh gosh, I was in college, so it was a while ago. But I remember going, and I sat next to Nana on the plane, and it was just such a fun experience because our whole family was on the same plane. And I think I remember my dad was super late, and he ended up sitting way in the back, and we were like, is he gonna make it? And he did, and we were all on the plane. And anyway, to make a long story short, we ended up going to the country. And I was so taken by this experience.
You're talking about the Arizona country, I think.
Life. And I remember Uncle Chucky, we were playing the beanbag toss game, and it was at night, and everyone was just around the bonfire, and people were playing the beanbag and just, you know, having a good time. And all of a sudden, I hear gunshots behind me, and I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? I'm freaking out, and it's Uncle Chucky just messing around, just fooling around with his guns. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So I went home after this trip, and I told my mom, I said, you have to come to Arizona. You have to go to Uncle Harold's house in the country. It's nothing like you've ever experienced. And so she did. So we went back together, and he recreated this bonfire setting. And I remember it was really magical because Davy was not there. I don't think for the second. I could be mistaken. I don't know. But I remember he was definitely there for the first one. And they were drumming. So when you guys were talking about the drumming, I just like felt like I was back there. And I remember I have this picture of Davy that I will always remember and cherish. And he's drumming. And I got a shot of him where he's just hunched over the drum, and he's just smiling and looking at everybody. And that is what I imagine him doing right now, just smiling. And I miss him so much. And it's times like these when we get together where I just really miss him. Because I don't know, I believe you were explaining it, but we're not just cousins. Like he was my uncle. Uncle Harold is my Uncle Harold. And yeah, so I'm just grateful to be a part of the family. Lisa, you treated me like I was your daughter when I came to Arizona. Like, I will never forget the love that you showed me. You let us stay at your place. You let us drive your car. You treat us like royalty. I mean, there was nothing that you wouldn't do for us. And I think that was the first time I met you in person. And it was just, I mean, yeah. Sometimes I feel like the younger generation kind of got gypped because I hear the stories about all the cousins, and you guys had a bowling league together, and you would go to the country, and you guys were all like siblings. And but we, the younger generation, has different memories, and they're not better or worse. They're just our own memories. And I wanted to, let Uncle Harold know and Lisa know that I remember those moments, and it's good to let people know, like, I remember when you took care of me. I remember the love that you showed me. I remember that, and I will always remember that. So thank you, family. I love you.
Judy, all of the good stuff you found in Arizona, it had its roots in the country in Pembroke Township in Illinois with Grandma and Grandpa Branch and two mother and two daddy Thompson. And I'm just so blessed that they taught me so I could have me some land out here in Arizona. And so our goal and our challenge all of us is to move it forward.
Yeah.
Right. Amen. Thank you, Judy. Lynette joined us. Hey, Lynette. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Good to
Hey.
see you.
Hey, Lynette.
So Lynette has, you want to tell us who we just tell folks how you're doing and who your kids are and your husband and who you are, just in case somebody doesn't know.
Am I on mute, Lori? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
no, I can hear you, honey.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. I don't know. I have a whole posse over here. I have Autumn, who's 10, Assad, who is, I think, 18. He might be 19. I lost track after 16. Jamal, my husband, a whole bunch of cats, dogs, and other living here. We're doing okay. Everybody's hanging in there. It's really good to see you guys. I love hearing the stories. I've been in the background for a little while. So
And for those of
nice to see
for
you.
those
Love
who don't know who Lynette is, can you tell?
I am Lynn's daughter. Yes, I am Lynn's eldest daughter, Lynn, daughter of Mona and Chuck. I was raised by many hands, so Lori will claim me from time to time. So, but again, it's good to see everybody nice and healthy and smiling. Love it.
Thanks, honey. All right, I think it's past our time. We only scheduled a couple hours.
Is that Jenna still on? Is Jenna
Jenna,
still on?
are you still on?
I don't know if something happened with her.
She's there, but we don't see her. I wanted to give anyone who hasn't had an opportunity to talk, and then we probably should wrap it up because the folks got to go. And then I'll say that again, Sheila.
I got a quick memory.
Thank you. Go ahead.
My memory of two mother and two daddy coming out to visit in the country. So my parents, my mom especially, for whatever reason, whenever two mother and two daddy would come and visit, they would tell us not to go over there. Leave them alone. Don't go over there. But of course, we lived in the country and we were isolated. So any kind of company we wanted to go see, so we would sneak over to see two mother and two daddy, because we'd have to sneak because we weren't supposed to be bothering them. So I would sneak over and I'd be fascinated at these people who would come and visit, and they were nice when we went over there. So I didn't know why mom and dad didn't want us going over there. And two mother would tell me, sit and talk to me and tell me stories. And it was my favorite just to sit and listen to two mother talk about anything. I didn't care what she was talking about. I just wanted to hear what she was talking about. And then I'd have to hurry up and run home and act like I wasn't over there. But that's all. I just love to sit and listen to. And Two Daddy didn't do anything. I never really had long conversations with Two Daddy. He was always cutting the grass. He cut the grass for hours.
He did.
He would come out there and cut the grass. He would cut the grass all day long, sit down. They'd be drinking ice water, put their feet in some buckets of water, and then they would go home. I don't know why he would just cut the grass all day, but that's all my memories that I have of Two Mother and Two Daddy.
Sheila, I'm glad you mentioned, I might have shared this with you before, but my memory, I remember Sheila doing that because we would visit, we still had like our little trailers out there and we would still visit after you guys moved. And I was out there one day sitting in the car and here comes this little kid just wandering over like without parents or anything. And I'm like, how old is this kid? Like how old were you when you moved out there?
1.
Yes. So she was probably less than 2 years old. I mean, she was like a toddler. And I was like, can she talk? No, and she gets in the car. I'm sitting there with the car open. She just gets in and she's looking around. And I was like, oh, so cute. She can't talk yet. And then she goes, whose glasses are those on the sun visor? Whose glasses are those? And she's asking me questions. And I'm like,
I could definitely talk.
I know this kid can talk. Yes, but she was very curious. I always remember that moment. All right. Anybody else didn't have a chance to say anything?
Yeah. I've got something to say.
Mickey.
One thing Sheila doesn't remember is actually when Two Daddy would come out, that was my way of making money. So I cut grass cutting for Two Daddy. So I used to sit back when Two Daddy would show up. That was a way to make a quick if you can imagine, $5 for all that yard. Which back then, though, that bought me my box of Twinkies and anything else that I wanted back then. So Two Daddy would go up, and I'd go out over there actually and see if Two Daddy needed any help. I don't remember a lot about Two Mother. Most of it was always Two Daddy. And he used to make up concoctions because one of the things everybody talked about was the bees. We stayed away from over there somewhat, but every time you go over there, it's that outhouse or it was the shed, and they all had the bees all on them. And Two Daddy would make up these concoctions of bleach and ammonia or gasoline and mix them all up in a can. And this stuff would all start smoking. And he used to sit back and throw it on the wasp and hornet nests and watch them shrivel up. But he used to show me how to make this stuff up, and he'd go around killing all these. And that's how he'd go out there, sweat all day doing yard work and relax. That's how I remember Two Daddy. And what year did your grandparents pass, Lori, out there?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe
82 and 84.
Thank you.
That's what it was. Okay, so I am right. I remember them, Carl. That's the first time I got to meet them. Is I went over to the house with you. I think Lori was there and Lana. And that's when I first heard the song Rock Lobster.
Oh, yeah.
You brought it out there and was playing Rock Lobster over at your grandparents' house.
Oh, it was at Elizabeth's house, right?
That's the first time I ever got to go in their house. And we sat back and you all were playing this song by the B-52s or the 42s.
Yeah.
That's the last time I remember meeting them and being over there by the house, which were the times I got to meet both of them overall, which was really a good time.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. But that's how I got to meet both of them on both sides. That's the last time I even remember, through the grass cutting and Two Daddy's concoctions and the branches.
Sweet.
Getting to go let us on that front porch. And that was as far as I got. That was about it.
Anybody else want to share something? HB, you haven't said much.
Yeah, if I can. All I want to say is I got the privilege to get the branch crash course. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I got reconnected with the branches later in the game. And I just appreciate you, Uncle Davey, you know, going to spend time with Jerry, me and Lynette, like me and Lynn, like we were close. Like, and y'all was like, oh, I mean, the branches and the Thompsons like to recruit, I've learned. Like, oh, you may be one of us, you're one of us. Like, grow. It's like the Borg, like resistance is futile. You're one of us, you know what I mean? And y'all put me legit through a crash course, all of y'all. I was visiting and going to see y'all at work and going to see you, Lori, and Uncle Davey at the job downtown. And, you know, grateful for my sister, you know, Rakia, for escorting that, you know, bridge, all of that happening. But I was like, I was always, you know, my name was always Branch, but then it was like, I'm a branch. Like, it became a really big deal. Like, it was like, I don't know what your last name is, but I'm a branch. Like the pride in this thing is so crazy. And even now, when my kids are, you know, behaving a little out of their body, I just, man, my favorite line is, act like your last name, not your first. Act like your last name.
Hey, Lori, can I say, Lana, can I say something?
Go for it. Go for it.
Can I say? Yeah, okay. I lived around the corner from Gert Nelson, and some dudes jumped me one time and took my bike. And Nelson was right out there, and Nelson didn't stop, boy. He got my bike back. He knocked out, he's like Superman or something. And yeah, he was. He was like Superman. And he got my bike back. Them dudes was running down the street away from Nelson. And the whole manhood thing in our family is just tremendous. My father was the hell of a guy. My grandfather he worked. I mean, he worked. Nelson was a guy, was a dude, you know. I mean, he was a dude. Uncle Clyde, you know, and when they let me play in the poker game, which we still have, I mean, you know, I started playing in this poker game when I was a teenager, and I'm 66, like I said, and me, Chucky, my brother, and Bobby, and a couple other guys, we still have this game today. And these were some serious dudes. And Uncle Chuck was on top of the game. He was the spiritual leader of this group. And they were just tremendous men. Uncle Moon, he was a dude. He was a star. Believe me, they were all stars. And Nelson had that '65 Chevy, and he was hot. And like I said, he went and got my bike back, and them dudes ran away.
That's great. Yeah, our men were men, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean they were bad. They were badass.
I always felt protected.
You know, me and Chucky just finished that concealed carry, so we can be badass.
All right, I ain't mad at you. All right, anybody else? Yes, Judith.
So HB, I remember when you random memory. I remember when you came to Chicago I forget, it was a work trip, and you randomly asked us if you could just stop by the house and take a shower before you had to go to this work thing. And we were like, yeah, of course, sure. And you started telling us all the memories about, I think your mother used to live in Oak Park. So you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly where you live. I know exactly where that street is. And I remember you left your mala bead bracelet or something. And I wore that thing for like years after that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm aware of this. I'm aware of this. So I remember that memory. And then I don't know who was talking about Grandpa driving by and not seeing them after Davy's funeral. But the reason why he probably didn't see them is because he was speeding. So if anyone has ever been in the car with Grandpa, this is why I thank God he doesn't drive anymore. Because
yes, he does. He's still driving.
Excuse me.
Dad,
Anyway,
are you still driving? Dad, you still driving, aren't you? Dad, you still driving? You're driving a little bit, just around the neighborhood, right?
No.
Yeah, he is.
Grandpa.
All right, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
She probably was not seen by him, or he didn't see her because he was speeding.
He's a speed demon. He is.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I love you guys. Who else got to talk? Anybody? Last minute thoughts before I ask the seniors to close us out. I will say this is great. Lana Spin, I see you. I think we're going to do it again because some folks couldn't make it. So we'll make some time to do it again, right, Lisa? You know, in a not too distant future. And you know, this was awesome. Who was that? Lana, were you trying to say something? You disappeared.
Our history is generational, even though we're not aware of it. Lynette had a birthday party at her house, and I couldn't find Dante. He was 3 or 4 at this time. He was outside with the drummers behind the table drumming. And I was, because, you know, when your kid goes missing, you freak out. So I got video of that. And my thing is, that's his history now. And we continue to build it. So to these next generations and our kids, let's keep building it. Because we got to do our ancestors proud.
Yes, yes. And we're
very I do want to say something too.
Go ahead, Bonnie, honey. Yes.
In Hopkins Park, you have to think of a little bit of land that my parents do have. But if you have some money to invest, there is land adjacent to their land for sale.
Okay.
If you want to invest, the only thing they're not making anymore is land. All the land that's ever been made is made. So if you want to invest and say, is there any property adjacent to your property available? Y'all find out. Buy it.
Okay.
Let's own us a piece.
I'm with you. We're doing it. We're doing it. We are doing it. Country next year. All right.
I have a trivial question.
Oh boy, here we go.
What was Lana's nickname when she was a baby, and what was Carl's nickname when he was a baby?
Ooh, I don't even know that.
Oh.
The babies. We call them the babies.
I can think of a few.
I don't know.
I think I know mine, Harold.
Lana's nickname was Pie Face. Carl's nickname was Eskimo because his hair stood up straight on the head. He looked like a M&A kind of thingy. It was weird.
Did you say anime, Dad? Like, you know anime? Like, you didn't say cartoons, you said legit anime. I am
We're
very
gonna have to see some pictures. We need some
I'm real
receipts.
proud.
We need some receipts.
I don't remember that at all.
Carl's hair still stands up, by the way.
Does it still stand up?
No, he be fly. Don't do that.
This has been
I love you, Uncle Carl.
this has been so cool. So I'm sure that Lori and Lisa are going to hook it up again. I want to thank them both for putting this together. This is so cool. It was a treat to my soul.
I'm so glad I get to see
Thank you.
everybody.
Yes.
I know.
Son, I'm so glad you got on.
I know. I was in the shower. I just want to say real quick, just really quick, that when we came into the Branch family, we were just so loved by everybody. And Aunt Mona, Uncle Chuck, everybody just opened their arms and their homes and everything to us. And we have always felt, and I'm referring to me and my brother Earl, but we always felt that we were a part of the family. And everybody know my favorite cousin, Lisa. But we were just so happy to be a part of the Branch family, and still is. And this here, just seeing everybody from Chicago, from Florida, from Cali, everywhere, it's a wonderful and beautiful thing. And I just wanted to say that I love you guys, and thank you for inviting me to this.
Gonna see you again.
And who all got Branch tattoos? I want to know who all got the Branch clan, because I had to go get mine.
It actually says Branch.
Is there a template?
Look at Lana's tattoo.
Branch clan. Yep.
It has one.
Hey, son.
Lana, let's see your tattoo, Lana.
I know Lana got that truth.
Lana, let's see.
And Branch. She got Thompson Branch. Go on, girl.
Let's see it.
I just want to remind all my kids that they got Branch blood, but that's Thompson blood too.
Oh, Thompson ink is next. Get up.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay.
I need reasons to get ink.
I love it.
All right. So, Mom, Dad, do you guys want to close us out? You want to say something to your nieces and nephews and grandnieces and grandnephews? Dad?
Boy, everybody's been fantastic. It's been great to see everybody.
Yes, I'm here, Nana. Hey.
Yeah.
Say that again, Dad. One more time.
Well, I just thank the Lord for you, Lori, and for all my relatives. Thank God for you. And you've been fantastic. Oh, love you very much.
We love you too, Dad.
We love you too.
Uncle Chuck?
Yes.
Let's play some horseshoes.
All right, girl.
I bet he'd be up for some pinochle for sure.
We got that next year. Labor
right.
Day, Saturday of Labor Day 2021. We're gonna play horseshoes in the country. Hey, Daddy, maybe you can figure out how to put up a fake or put up a tire swing so we can relive that.
Yes, they gotta relive some memories. Yes. The same trees are out there now. Hey, Mom, you want to say anything? Mom, you want to say anything?
Oh, no, I'm just so happy this happened. That's all.
I love you guys. All right, I'm
Hey,
going to
Dad
take.
and Mom, what about Dad and Mom? You guys got anything to say?
Yes, Tony, Michael.
Nothing much to say, just see you all. Harold was saying we have Thompson blood as well as Branch blood. I don't know, for all of you that have seen Hamilton, when they talk about the Schuyler sisters, that's our
What'd you say?
The Schuyler sisters.
Mm-hmm. That's our aunts.
Those are our aunts. I love it. I love it. All right. We'll be on here all night if we don't go. But hey, listen,
Lori, one more.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hey, Lori, my dad, I just talk to him? He was
Yes.
listening in a little bit. He was waiting on Bobby to come home, and Bobby was supposed to pull it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to get with him, and we're going to do the recording together.
Wonderful. Okay, I'll make sure I
So he
post
sends
it.
his love to everyone.
Thank you, Tracy. Miss Chucky.
I
All
have
right.
one more. I got one more question for your mommy, Lori.
Okay, hon.
So, Auntie Mona, I remember at Thanksgiving you had a dog named Rocky.
Rocky.
And somehow he was in the basement or something. He was chasing, I don't know, rats or whatever. Anyway, you cut your hand trying to cut a turkey, but you poured a bunch of sugar on your hand. The sugar stopped bleeding.
No, you did not ask that question.
Say it again.
You had a big cut on your hand on Thanksgiving when trying to carve a turkey that Rocky had got your dog. But anyway, you stop your bleeding by using sugar. And I've been using sugar to stop bleeding ever since then.
Wow.
I never heard of that.
Pops, don't use sugar.
By the time we came around, she said, "Oh, it'll stop. Don't worry about it."
Right. Pops, don't use sugar.
Don't
No.
use All right, you're just confusing her now. Okay, all right, we'll get that one in writing. Okay, hey, Harold. All right. Any others? Hearts, minds clear. Are we done? We good? Y'all.
Yeah. Let me say goodbye.
Great. One more.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I know y'all are pulling for me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for all the well wishes and the nice things y'all said. And I love you all, and I can't wait to do this again.
Yeah. Awesome.
Me too. All right, I'm going to share my screen. So if y'all want to see the video again, I'm just going to play it real quick. And, you can sign off while this is going, and we'll just say our goodbyes now. Love to everyone. You mean the world, and we'll do it again, okay? We'll do it real soon. God bless you all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, you guys. Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Love you all too. Thank you so much for everybody.
Oh, wow.
That's the car.
That is so cool.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
That's my granddaddy branch.
There's your dad, Liz.
No, that's Uncle Roy.
That's Liz's dad.
Yeah.
Is that Brutsy? Who's that?
No, that's Uncle Roy's buddy, Zeddy.
Zeddy. Bobby.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Daddy.
That's our house. That's where I grew up.
Is that the sickle?
Yep.
Yeah. My father.
There go the lawnmower.
Grandpa.
Happy.
Happy.
They said, put that down. Put that down.
Brian.
He's trying to get Ronnie Rocks to flow.
That's my two mother.
Now, who comes out to the country with pearls and earrings on?
Uncle Bill.
So is this when they first bought the property?
This is
Very
like in
close to-
about 5 years later. About 5 years later.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's crazy watching this, thinking I grew up here.
Yeah.
That's why the land's so rich.
That's me.
I done walked where every one of them walked.
Right.
I have set my foot where every one of them have set their foot.
Yep.
Softball.
Yeah.
Them branch men sure have strong genes.
Don't say. Oh my God.
I know. What I don't understand is why the heck every branch keep confusing my husband for a branch.
He looks like one.
They're like, oh, that's a branch. I'm like, no, that's my husband.
Ooh.
Where's the tree that we used to swing from?
I know.
I'm like, it's so crazy. I grew up here.
That's Elizabeth.
We didn't get a tree picture.
Lana
That's
and
Billy
Billy.
Boy.
Lana.
By the way, this is his song in the background.
We can't hear.
This is him
My
playing.
throat.
We can't hear.
Lori.
Moody preteen.
Oh, you look so happy to be there, Lori. Just so happy.
There's Tommy.
Tommy B.
Is that an outhouse right there? That's the outhouse.
No, that was a shed.
Oh,
Davey.
okay.
Roy. Poncho.
Let's see. Harold.
Thompson, baby.
Remember everybody when you would go out there, you have to open up the gate and
Yep.
drive on through. That was always so cool.
Angie and I got yelled at because we were climbing it.
86.
That's when I came home.
Wow.
This is wonderful.
The house is really old there.
That's all.
Ninja?
Ninja.
That's
Paul
Ninja.
That was Ninja.
That's Ninja.
Boy, this was long.
Is that Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He the Ninja died like all the 1,000 dogs we had out there died. I'm like, we could go through some dogs.
No, that was fun.
Ryan.
You know what my question is? We had, you can go back there and dig up trash from Two Mother and them. You can dig up, you find enamel buckets and just crazy stuff when you dig back in the back.
Me and your mommy, we dug and planted a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not sure what we did.
Well, it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's like treasure hunting back there. You just like, what the heck is this stuff?
All right.
That was great, Randy.
We don't ever want to leave a party, but we're going to end it.
Gotta go.
Love you
Gotta go.
guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Okay, good luck,
Love
everybody.
y'all.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Great video.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
fam.
Love you too.
How do you sign this off?
Gordon Ruiz. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Elizabeth, I have those films for you. I have like all the canisters.
Yes, that's so awesome. It'll be this history for all kinds of Black people for generations to come, you know?
I got some good stuff for you. I'll bring it over, okay?
Awesome.
All right,
But
cool.
Lori, how do you turn this off?
Oh, I'll don't worry, I'll end it for you. I was just saying bye to everybody.
Yeah,
All right.
Davis
okay.
wants to watch you end the meeting. He wants to see the meeting come to a close.
Okay, here it goes. Bye.